Hi, Democrats. Today is Friday, March 24th, and it's time for the Chair's Daily Live. Happy Friday. So, in today's episodes of Bedrooms and Bathrooms, I want to give you an update of some of the things that are happening in our legislature. Our Republican-led legislature is getting pretty good, dastardly good, at naming bills things that sound good when actually they are not. We at the beginning of this session and last session, there was the Saving Girls Sports bill that was aimed at making sure that trans girls could not participate in sports. That's not saving girls' sports. That's discriminating against trans girls. It sounds good on the surface, saving girls' sports, protecting girls' sports. But really what they were aiming at, it wasn't about protecting girls' sports. It was about discriminating against trans girls who are girls. They are girls. But that's one thing. This week's version of wrongly named bills is the Gender Equality Bill. That's what it's called, gender equality. And what does the Gender Equality Bill purport to do? Is only identifying either male or female. If someone identifies as non-binary, we're not going to acknowledge it. If someone identifies as a gender that was different from the gender assigned to them at birth, we're not acknowledging it. We're only acknowledging gender assigned at birth. And it only can be male or female. That's not gender equality. That's, again, another discrimination bill. And here's what kills me about that. One, why are we going out of our way? Why are we going out of our way to disenfranchise, to discriminate against certain citizens? Why? What good does that bring to our state? What good is that doing in the world? Is that helping someone who's having a hard time finding a home, helping them? Is that helping someone who's having a hard time identifying where their next meal is coming from? Is that helping someone who constantly has to drive over potholes or who don't have access to clean drinking water? No, all it's serving to do is to score political points while alienating portions of our population. That's what our legislature is focused on. Alienating part of our population for no good reason. Doesn't feed anyone, doesn't house anyone, doesn't further our democracy. All it does is make people feel bad about themselves, or attempt to make people feel bad about themselves, and ferment discrimination. Nothing good comes from discrimination. It just doesn't. There's more. Teachers are now required to out students who are questioning their sexuality. So the number of things that are wrong with this bill. One, you can't have it both ways. The discussion of gender and sexuality, according to all the folks who keep showing up at city councils and school boards, should be a discussion saved for home. But now we're saying teachers must out them to their parents. Pick. Should it stay at home or are teachers involved now? Well, this bill says teachers are involved now. Secondly, because teachers are involved now, we've added one more burden to a teacher. One more burden to a teacher. Not sure that that's what we meant to do. And then thirdly, and in my opinion, the most consequential, children are less safe. Children have to continue to hide who they are. They are less safe. And now it's, they say we can't legislate morality. Oklahoma legislators don't believe it. They're absolutely trying to legislate morality. Again, we're legislating morality. We're not, we're not doing the things that can improve the lives of Oklahomans. Speaking of which, now Utility companies do not have to come back before us every time they want to raise our rates. They can raise our rates without a public announcement, without having to come to the Corporation Commission under certain circumstances. That is something that they should be legislating. I know my utility rates have gone up. It feels like 30 to 40% in the last year. And that's with them asking. Just imagine if they don't have to ask. Our utility rates are just going to continue to jump. And while we're talking about people who are facing homelessness, if it's folks with a job who could pay the rent that they agreed to based on what the average utilities are, and now they can't afford to pay their rent, or they can pay their rent and may not have electric, or pay their rent and have to be in the cold because they can't afford a gas bill. That's a thing that I wish our legislature would focus on. And perhaps I wish that because I'm the chair of the Oklahoma Democratic Party. And one of the foundational things that we believe in is that everyone should have economic opportunity for economic growth. And skyrocketing utility bills thwarts economic growth. That's why I care about it. Folks who are trying to get ahead and they are budgeting, they are trying to live in their budget. They sign up for rent that they know that they can make, and they don't go out and run up credit cards or get a car note that they can't afford, but they have no control of what their electric and gas are, because it's not a matter of I can turn off all the lights if your rates double in a year. Doesn't matter if you're being super conservative and you're sitting around in a jacket and a coat. So if your rates double in a year, and that's what's happening. Democrats care about economic opportunity, and we're going to continue to fight for economic opportunity. So this is the part where I strongly encourage you to get involved. Get involved in the party. Hear what we support. Help us find candidates that support the things that we support. Help us turn our state around. We are not going in the right direction. We are in the top 5 of utility rates per capita. We are an oil and gas state. We shouldn't be paying more for those resources than other states, but we are. Because we're beholden to an industry that isn't taking care of us while we're taking care of them. Please get involved in the party. Help decide to run for office. Help us find someone to run for office that is looking out for everyone, that is looking out for all of us, because I don't feel like our current legislature isn't. One last piece of yucky news. Unfortunately, this isn't in Oklahoma, but I want to share it because it feels like stuff mostly starts out in Florida or Texas and somehow migrates its way to Oklahoma. And so one of those things is, let me give you an example. In Florida, a principal was recently fired because an art teacher showed a depiction of the Statue of David. Now, the Statue of David is centuries old. Centuries ago, it was decided that the Statue of David, which I actually have seen, the real one, is a work of art. Now, art is subjective. You can like it or not like it, but it's art. This principal was fired because someone claimed it to be pornography. A teacher complained that it was pornography, so the principal was fired. Let me read you the Merriam-Webster's definition of pornography. A depiction of erotic behavior intended to cause sexual excitement. Material, such as books or photographs, that depict erotic behavior as intended to cause sexual excitement. Or the depiction of acts in a sensational manner so as to arouse a quick, intense emotional reaction. The Statue of David doesn't fit in any of that category. So now we're saying porn, I can just decide what porn is because it's subjective. Anybody can just decide that something's porn. This is out of hand. And it's going to stay like this until enough folks get involved and say no. There aren't enough people pushing back. We need your help to push back. So The most pressing things that are happening in the Oklahoma Democratic Party that you can get involved in. April 1st through 15th. Go out to our calendar on okdemocrats.org. Look up your county and find out where your county convention is. Go to your county convention. Try to become a delegate so you can elect your county leaders, your district leaders, and your state leaders for our party. That's a way to get involved. And here's another trick that a lot of folks aren't aware of. And I want folks to understand this, that in 2024, there is a presidential election and consequently a presidential convention. Oklahoma gets to send 43 delegates to that convention. You've seen the convention with all the people in the stadium and folks are standing behind their state and it's all super exciting, blah, blah, blah. Oklahoma gets to send 43. And those folks are elected through our convention process. If you go through the process and become a delegate for our 2023 state convention, you are a voting delegate. You get to be part of the group who decides who gets to go to convention in 2024. I keep trying to pepper you guys with reasons to become involved in the party. Do you want to be on the floor of the DNC convention? Now's the time to get involved in order to participate in that. Our delegate selection plan, it is a complex plan so that it is fair and so that it is representative of our state. Our delegate selection plan is available right now on the Oklahoma Democratic Party Facebook website, and that's okdemocrats.org. Take a look at it. It's a lot. But if you have questions, there is a form where you can click and ask a question, and we will get back with you to answer that question. This process does not happen until April of 2024. So we're coming out now, putting out the rules now so that people know how to participate. So go out, read the rules. If you have any questions, ask your question, and we will get back with you with an answer. So the rules will be up there right now for the first 30 days. We're going to take it down, answer all the questions, rearrange it if we need to, and then we'll put it back up after we've answered all the questions. But here is your opportunity to get involved. Go to your county convention, get involved. Read the delegate selection plan, get involved. The Women's Federation is having their convention out at the Embassy Suites in Oklahoma City near the airport. Come on out, get involved. Tonight, the Caddo County Democrats, they're restarting their county party. They're having their first organizational meeting tonight at the MMIW office in Anadarko. ODP's Executive Director, Scott Hamilton, will be there. So if you have questions for Scott, go there, but go and get involved. Thank you, Adolphus. Get involved. There are many, many ways to get involved. And the only way that we're going to change our party, the only way we're going to change our state is if we get more people involved and more people doing the work. Thank you for joining me. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Mark your calendars for Monday at 6:30. Monday at 6:30 on the Hamilton Report. Monday at 6:30. Scott Hamilton will be joined by, what is his name? Aaron. He's a teacher who's been very vocal on social media, pushing back on some of the crazy bills. You guys have seen him, and his name escapes me at this moment. You guys have seen him. He's going to be joining Scott. It'll be great to hear him speak. We've seen him on the news. We've seen him on Twitter, Facebook. He's a teacher, an active teacher in the classroom right now who's pushing back on a lot of the crazy bills that are there. So put it on your calendar. Join Scott and Michael Aaron Baker. That's his name, or Aaron Michael Baker. Baker is his last name. Join them on Friday at 6:30. In the meantime, you guys have a great weekend, and I'll be back here at 4:15 on Monday.